Hey, it's Shireen trying to squeeze out the last bits of, it's not really summer, but fall here at the beach. As we're really getting close to the Aries full moon. And I made a prep video a couple days ago, and now I wanted to talk more about what's going to actually happen on the full moon in Aries, which is happening on Sunday. And I feel like we're already probably processing it on a psychological level because of the intensity of the square to Pluto. I mean, you can definitely see how it's blowing up in our politics right now, all these secrets being revealed, power plays, corruption, and that could be a metaphor for what is happening in your own life if you have any kind of, anything that's been swept under the rug, so to speak, that could be coming up now for, review. And it's also, we're in the precursor Mercury retrograde shadow period. Mercury is going to retrograde in Scorpio. So we're also feeling that energy as well. And you can see how Mars has a big influence during this time. Even though we're still technically in Libra season, Venus is in Scorpio. So the planet that rules Libra, Venus, is in Scorpio answering to Mars. And the full moon is in Aries answering to Mars. So as I mentioned in the last video, Venus and Mars are in what's called a mutual reception or exchange. So they're in constant communication with one another. And the idea is that we're trying to balance the polarities of Mars and Venus right now. It's a big theme. Mars and Venus, it's really like the inner masculine warrior energy trying to come into harmony with Venus, who is the archetype of justice and beauty and the goddess of love. And as I had also said, it's like we're trying to decide, am I a lover or am I a fighter right now? And how do we fight for justice, really, is probably what's really going on. We can see that definitely in the political landscape, but also I think in our personal lives, it's time to fight for what's right and to stand up for what's right. So if you feel like any injustice has been done to you personally, you're probably more likely to want to take action now. Aries is all about action and immediacy and urgency, and squaring Pluto, it's kind of like a big wake-up call. It's the judgment archetype. So there's a huge awakening going on in the Libra, Aries, and Capricorn spheres of your chart in your life. So for all of us, that collectively, that has to do with relationships, contracts, self and others, and career, and also what we're here to do in the world. All of that's really amplified right now. The missing leg of this T-square is Cancer, but we do have the North Node in Cancer, so we have been feeling the energy of the Chariot or the Cancer archetype, asking us to really get rooted in what supports us, what's a good mother to us, what nourishes us from the root up. So it's really essential right now to try to balance the four cardinal areas of your horoscope, which I talked about during the new moon in Libra, and now it's like we're in that full moon culmination of that now. So it's really essential to now, if anything, put a little more emphasis on the Aries side of things, since we've been dealing so much with Libra. Aries is asking for attention, so action, courage, immediacy, maybe looking at some of your shadow tendencies around Aries, which could be impatience or being bossy or having a temper or having a tantrum or losing patience and, maybe fighting, not picking your battles wisely. That could be the unconscious side of Aries, being an infant and throwing tantrums. But the conscious side would be acting in accordance with your principles and the instincts, taking action with your instincts rather than second guessing yourself, because Libra can tend to weigh things out too much back and forth. So during this full moon, really look at how all of those cardinal areas of your horoscope, Aries, Libra, self and other, Cancer, Capricorn, home and career, or mother, father, are really being lit up right now and brought to consciousness. This is a chance to really find the balance in those cardinal points. And we won't revisit those again until Capricorn season at the winter solstice. So Scorpio is going to really prevail over the next few weeks, and we'll talk more about that in the next video as we get deeper into the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. I'm going to be doing a podcast with Gary Caton on Sunday. We're going to record about Mercury retrograde in Scorpio on his podcast. but I'll also be doing some videos and some other work on it. And of course, I'd love for you to join my rebirth of Project 40 2.0, which is going to roll out on the first day of Scorpio, October 23rd. And I'm really, really excited for the rebirth during Scorpio, because I'm Scorpio season, and it's devoted to all Scorpio themes. It's called Envy, because I feel we don't deal enough with that topic of the shadow side of envy and how that can really be quite corrupt in our lives and in our psyches if we don't look at how that plays a role in either, you know, holding us back in toxic energy, or other people projecting their jealousy onto us. So I think it's going to be a really powerful 40-day alchemy, and I hope you'll join me even if you've never done a Project 40. There's great testimonials about the power of the work. And I'm also, for the first time, inviting my regulars, people who have been with me for many years, to join the membership inner circle for this, so we can, the people that want to do it ongoing. New people are invited to that as well, but it does require a commitment of a year to really delve into the work. So it's an ongoing work for that. But it pays off if you're willing to invest in the work. And there's more about that on my website, which I'll put a link below. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a very powerful, transformative full moon in Aries. Hopefully more transformative than explosive, but let it burn bridges that you no longer need, or explode things that have been holding you back, fears and obstacles that have been holding you back, and step into your Aries fire as somebody like this guy.